Actually, the work that Lehman Moped's been most excited about for years is all this flotsam stuff.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. All the things that you're finding along the shoreline, or they get tidal pools, all the plastics.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, I got to set this one up because when I left New York with the fabricators, I never finished that story. I'll finish it very quickly. The pokey fabricators were just annoying as hell, and the traffic to get there, and Red Hook and blah, blah, blah. I just said, why am I doing this? An artist can do whatever the hell we want. So why the hell am I, sitting in traffic, going out to Brooklyn to meet with people who hold me hostages with deadlines, and I just stress. And, and the whole thing's horrible and smells bad too in these stinky places. I should be walking on some beach, on the wrong side of Lanai, or some far-flung atoll in the in the remote South Pacific, with no shirt on and a gunny sack on my back, picking up bits of freaking driftwood and plastic,
Right.
and that's what I should be doing. That's what I want to be doing. That's what I should be doing. And why can't I do that? And so I've spent a long time trying to figure out how to do that. Back in the early days when Mark Diane was my assistant, we argue about who came up with the quote. I say it's my quote. He says it's his quote, but the quote is something like, "One needs to move one's art as close as possible to your lifestyle choices, not vice versa." Which goes back to your first question, your very opening salvo. It's about all the things you have to do that you're taught in Pratt.
Right.
The expectations of you and as an artist, and what either Mark or I was saying, I don't know who, is that no, that's asked backwards. You've got to make the art fit with your lifestyle choices. Where you move organically, the work has to follow. So many people at Cal Arts and the Whitney program tailored their work for critics.
No. I think when you get absolute freedom as an artist, it's that moment where you've just turned your back on the expectations of what it's supposed to be, and then you just make it an integration of your life. And you start accessing those, those metaphysical, spiritual things, like sitting on your surfboard and looking at the horizon and dialing into the waves, or walking along the sand and picking up the plastic and thinking about the potential of those things.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was interested in those pieces because you were setting up these pieces of plastic as like a mosaic, and it seemed like you were looking through the water at these pieces of plastic that were floating around, and they just became these wonderful tiles. And you're doing something positive for the environment as well.
Well. Yeah, I just okay. The latest work. I guess I should send some images. I got the idea. I went down to the beach, down the cliff here near our house. It's an empty beach. Nobody goes there because it's takes half an hour to walk back up the cliff, and it kills your legs. So it's pretty much empty. A couple of fishermen, maybe. We went down there at high tide, and the waves were crashing around the base of the cliffs, and we sort of spent the whole day there. And at Bali, we got a 2.5 meter tide variation, so as the tide went out, it goes up right away. And then later toward the afternoon, as the afternoon. Sorry, I was just thinking of Naruto, leaning into the afternoons, as we leant into the afternoon. Later. I was just sitting there sort of in one of those moments of sort of repose of, lost in thought. And suddenly I looked around me and I kind of saw it there. It was like plain as day. I went, oh my, it was one of those clear eureka moments. And I went, holy shit, there it is, all around me. It was the tide had left in the wave patterns, all this flotsam, bits and bobs. Right. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can be in the remotest part of the Pacific and you got plastic garbage everywhere, just everywhere. It's inescapable on the planet we live in now. And, it was everywhere, and it was kind of gorgeous, mixed with bits of seaweed and bits of driftwood and bits of wood and stuff, forming these undulating long lines with bits of plastic detritus, woven in. I've basically spent 3 or 4 years now trying to figure out how to do it. And I've done everything from mirrored boxes with this stuff in it to, and now I'm doing paintings. I'm working on their flotsam. So I'm back to the thing I've always had in my work, several landscape. I've been infatuated with landscape, and it's when the work is, it's actually my favorite work I do. I first did it in the end of the 90s, landscape pieces, and in 2004 I did another work, and now I'm back to landscape, or seascapes really. But I like it because it's silent. It's sort of like, you know, the culture scapes are loud, you know, and confrontational, and it's myself confronting the culture, whereas the landscapes are about turning your back on everything, and everything suddenly moves into this gigantic silence, and it's a better place for me to be in my head, and I prefer to stay here. So I'm going to try to stay in this place.
Yeah,
it's pretty wonderful. Those pieces really speak to me.
I'll have to send you guys photos, because we're going to make sure we're talking about the same one.
Yeah.
Because these have never been shown. If you go on my Insta, I think I got one kind of buried. I buried it behind 9 other artists' work, I think. I picked 9 artists who thinking about while I was making them, and the last image is one of these new pieces. But yeah, I haven't really shown them because they've never been shown yet. Lehman Maupin's all excited. They seem to think they're going to go somewhere.
If you could send us some images anyway that we could use as a thumbnail for this radio podcast, that'd be great too.
Yeah, sure.
I'd love to see the new stuff. Let us know what we can use and not use. And obviously, don't want to put anything into the world that's not ready.
No. I think it's okay. COVID's kind of screwed up all the works anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I was supposed to have a big coming out party, and that's kind of gone away. Wait, David, you're a curator, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I curate on occasion. I make art.
No, because I was just kind of slagging off curators there, and then now I remember that you were introduced to me as a curator.
I don't take offense.
See, this is why my career. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm just
on the list of things that I participate in. Curating is very low on the list. So,
Ashley, I like people with opinions. So you're all good in my book.
Oh yeah. So, man, just don't be one of those conspiracy people on the internet.
No.
And then you'll know my opinion real fast.
Yeah.
I make a big effort not to get in fights because I love to fight. With those guys, not with anybody, but those people. Yeah, but it's useless. It's like arguing with religious people. It's just it's
pointless.
It's a fool's errand. Yeah, but but I get triggered.
Yeah. Well, we've been on this call for now almost an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know what your evening's like, but I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah, I'm usually asleep by now.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, we usually finish up the interview with this thing called "You're on the clock," and it's a quick Q&A where we ask a question and you get to answer it in 5 words or less. Do you want to play this game with us? They're pretty simple questions. Are you ready? All right, here's question number 1. What are you currently riding?
Anxiety. a sense of loss.
I thought it was going to be like a 7/6 pin.
A feeling of inadequacy. And I'm riding them well. I'm ripping.
Nice.
What do I plan to ride when I find my water legs again? I just got a brand new 9.6 single fin, Tommy Patterson.
Nice.
And I've got my Tappy Yamamoto log, which is just, it's just a freaking beast you can't turn. I love log riding, which is not really popular out here in the Bukit, but when it gets small, I love it.
Right.
Then I ride Mayhems for the middle side. Oh yeah, now I got a quiver, like I go up to my 8.6. I got a 7.6 and 8.6 Mayhem.
Are you familiar with the guys over at the Deus Temple? The guys, that little shaping program they have?
Not really.
Yeah.
That's the Chungu scene. We kind of were snobby about that.
Oh.
It's kind of that fucking jungle over there. But yeah, I mean, okay. Okay. That's one way to put it. Another way to put it is, since I'm a dedicated logger, and they've got a shaping bay where they get world class shapers, Thomas Bexton and others coming through there, and I watch a lot of log videos, so I'm into it. So yeah, I two minds on the subject, but no, I don't really hang out there. There's a whole other scene on another part of the island, and traffic here in non-COVID times is an effing nightmare. I live on the Bukit where there's relatively no traffic. Why would I ever go there? It's you got to make it through 7 matrices of each one is more mind-numbingly a more mind-numbing clusterfuck than the one before. Third world traffic now. Anyway, that wasn't 5 words.
No. All right. What are you currently listening to?
Oh, same as ever. You got any if you got anything from my playlist, I'm desperate. But I've been listening to always lyric driven in the studio. Can't stand music that's got beats to it or anything like that. Interesting. So always lyric driven. If it's not Dylan or Leonard Cohen, it's John Prine or I'm just sure there's a lot of other stuff, but it's always it's eclectic too. Then we'll throw in some whirling dervishes and some choral music from Pacific Island churches. Awesome. Anything that's not pop music. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard a song by Madonna. No, not yeah. I mean Beyonce or even Lady Gaga. I don't know any of that.
Right. Right. What are you currently reading?
Anything that satisfies my TDS.
Okay. All right.
Basically, that motherfucker has ruined my. I was a voracious reader. I used to actually read real books, and now all I do is just wait for something, and wait endlessly in hope that something dreadful is going to happen, and we will get a change of regime, but nothing ever happens. The drama so basically it's been ruined.
Right.
I have a book I need to go back to, drug smuggling and surfing. Mm-hmm. Something close to all our hearts. So drug smuggling to finance your, endless summer lifestyle. Yeah.
All right, here's a silly question. To the best of your recollection, where can you find the best slice of pizza in New York? And where is the best sushi in Waikiki?
I'm vegan.
Okay.
Vegan. There you go.
We didn't know that.
Above.
Yeah, but I'm a very bad vegan.
You cheat?
I slip.
There you go. That's all right.
But yeah, but like I virtue signal in the supermarket with my shopping cart, and I look down at other people's shopping carts. So I'm a vegan like that. Yeah. What else? And if I did know the best pizza in New York, I would block it from my mind.
Right. It's kind of they change so much. It's hard to remember. So here's a great one. When was the last time you dropped in on somebody, and was it on purpose?
Oh wait, the best sushi in Waikiki. I said it's at the Kaimuki Shell Station. You get them inside the gas station. It's musabi.
That's outrageous.
That's it.
What was the last question?
The question was, when was the last time you dropped in on someone, and was it on purpose or by accident?
Oh. Well, I'm of an age, and I've surfed my spot Belangen long enough that I can be a real cranky ass.